What is up, Switch leaders? This is the last legitimate Switch leader video for the semester. It's kind of sad. I don't even know how to feel about it, but what I do know is that we are not stopping here just because Switch is going to be out of the building for the semester. We know that the church is not the building, it is the people. So we'll talk about kind of what that looks like at the end of this video. But one, I just wanted to recap. I know that last week in Huddle, I just had the opportunity to just thank you guys and just the impact that you are making. It's not just thank you from me, but thank you from the bottom of our students' hearts. I know that a lot of their spiritual journeys, their walks with Jesus have looked dramatically different because of you, the investment that you make in every single one of your students, whether you're checking them in every week or whether you're leading them in their small groups. Man, it has been so cool to watch how God has been moving in and through you to make a difference in the next generation and in the lives of your students. So much so that this last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we had over 20 students sign up to use their gifts, their talents, things that God has instilled specifically inside of our students to make a difference in and through the local church at Switch signing day. Over 20 students who are signed up currently, about to go through orientation to use their gifts and their talents to serve in the local church. And it is so incredible because a lot of those students didn't necessarily understand what serving could mean for them, and you were the ones that got to help them understand that, to talk to them about the opportunity that they have in order to serve at the church, but also just to make a difference in something that's so much bigger than themselves. So one, I wanted to say props to you. It was incredible to hear a handful of our students just talking and bragging on you guys. So it's going to be incredible what God does in and through them, but don't ever forget the thing that God started in you is going to continue as long as you are obedient and willing to be obedient to what He's prompting you to do. So we're actually going to be having a one-off message this week. It is about who is Jesus and is He worth following? It is a big question, and I'm super excited. Pastor James is going to be bringing a word, but just a couple logistic things. If you are wondering, hey, I lead a 8th grade group or I lead a 9th grade group, what do I do? Do I stay in 8th grade? Do I stay in 9th grade? The hope is, and this will kind of carry into the rest of this video, but the hope is that you would step into the grade that they're moving into. You would stay with the same group, because we know that you're not just a Switch leader. You're not just stuck to one specific space with one specific group until the next year, but you are their spiritual leaders in their lives. You quite possibly are one of the most consistent spiritual leaders in their life. So you have an opportunity to go up with your students. If you may be wondering, well, I have a group of seniors, man, you have an opportunity to hop back in a different capacity, but also we have quite a handful of our leaders are going to be leading our new 6th graders, which will be coming for the very first time this Wednesday night. So what we have the opportunity to do is not just create a comfortable environment, but to set the temperature and be the thermostat, setting the temperature of what Switch is. Because a couple weeks ago, I talked about being the thermostat, not the thermometer. We get to create a culture that students walk into, whether they're in 6th grade or whether they're a senior in high school, being able to see what is different about this place and how much we as leaders can care and love for the students that walk in our doors. And what we get to do that by is continuously caring for our students, following up with our students, and creating comfortable spaces in the lobby, leading in worship, engaging in the message, and then asking intentional questions any chance that you can to remind your students that this is a place that, regardless of what you believe, this is where you belong, is at Switch on Wednesday nights. But I know I'm super pumped for you guys as you continue to lead your students throughout the summer, finding ways to just intentionally be developing your students. I put a resource on our new link thing on the Life Church app, on our My Teams on the Life Church app under the serving tab. I know we talked about it in Huddle, but if you miss Huddle, if you can check the serving tab, there is going to be a new discipleship resource that has a ton of different, very practical ways to be discipling your student. Anything from how do I battle through mental health, to how do I become a better leader, to how do I learn the Bible more, all of it. There's a ton of different categories, resources on that for you. So make sure you check that out, finding ways to engage with your students. There's Bible plans on there, there's podcasts, there's messages from Pastor Craig, whatever it is, finding ways to continuously lead your students, because you're not just a switch leader on Wednesday nights, but you are a spiritual leader in the lives of our students. So if y'all have any questions or you need any more clarity, feel free to text me, call me, whatever it may be, and I would love to connect with you guys. But y'all, this is the last Switch Leader video rest of the semester. Let me know if y'all need anything. Huddles at 6:15, wear your Switch Leader shirt, and I will see you guys this Wednesday.